Hello, my name is Amy. I'm one of the librarians at Davis Family Library, and in this video we're going to briefly review how to find actual physical print books in the library. So generally, I will start by searching for my book directly in MidCat, which is the Middlebury catalog, so that I can see the entire record for the book that I'm looking for. You can also look things up in Library Search, and those entries will link you over to the MidCat record. So the most important thing that I'm looking for in the record is the call number. So, fun fact, like most academic libraries, we use the Library of Congress classification system, which you'll hear us refer to as LC, and LC call numbers usually start with 1 or 2 letters. These 2 letters represent the subject classification of the book. The first letter is the broader top-level classification, so like art or literature or technology, and then the second letter represents a smaller sub-classification, so something like robotics, maybe. You don't actually have to know that, but it might help the system make a little more sense. It's also why you'll tend to find related books next to each other, and if you find one book that you think is interesting, you might look around it to see if there's some similar titles nearby. So in this case, my call number starts with the letters HM. So the first thing I want to do is determine approximately where in the library that call number is going to be. Also, side note, make sure you're in the right library while you're at it. Now you can always find a map of the library by clicking on the name of the library in the record like this. But for the sake of visibility, I'm going to use a larger map like the one that's posted at the research desk or other places around the library. So here I have a map of Davis Family Library. So the call numbers start alphabetically and they wind their way through the upper level, through the main level, and finally end downstairs on the lower level. The book I'm looking for starts with H, so I know it's going to be upstairs, and since H comes between F and J, I know it's going to be right in here somewhere. Okay, so let's go have a look. So here we are on the upper level. All right, so we're starting with the F's, and knowing how the alphabet works, I think H is going to be this way. GN, H, and I need HM, so here we are at HB. HD, HG, HM, okay. So here is HM 51. My call number is HM 851, so we need to go a little bit further this way. But here we start HQ 32. So I believe that my book is going to be down here. Now that I'm actually at the shelves, here is HN 90, so we're not quite there. We're going back up the chain. Still HM. Here's some HMs. HM 851, this is HM 1271, so not quite. HM 851, and here is my book, Cyberculture by Pierre Levy. Ta-da! So one thing just to be aware of is that while the system works to find all of the books in both of the libraries, there are a few small sub-collections that can trip you up if you're not paying close attention. So the browsing collection up at the front of Davis Family Library, or the graphic novel collection, or the reference collection, also on the main level of Davis Family Library. Now, these subsections all have their own complete runs of call numbers, so you just want to make sure that if you're looking for a book, you're not in one of these sub-collections, if it's supposed to be up in the stacks. Also, if you're ever using a book in the library, know that you don't have to reshelve it. We'll take care of it for you. So when you're done with it, you can just find a shelving cart to put it on, or you can even just find a place out in the open where we'll be sure to see it and we'll reshelve it for you. It helps us to keep track of books that are being used inside the library. And of course, if you ever find that you're having trouble locating something in the library, you can always come ask a librarian or any member of library staff for assistance, because we're always happy to help. Okay? Good luck. Bye.